Hello YouTube, this is Stop Motion 2620, and I'm doing a tutorial on stop motion, obviously. I mean, what's the point, huh? Alright, so we haven't done a tutorial in a while. I understand, I'm probably like the only one uploading stuff. But, a program I'd like to introduce to you that I am using is called AnimatorDV Simple. And, that program, it's really good, actually. Just because it says animator in it, though, does not mean you get to shoot laser beams out of something's eyes. It's just a stop-motion program. So, I mean, that's it. So, I mean, there's nothing really else to it other than stop-motion. That's the whole point of this. So, you know what? Screw Windows Movie Maker. Go to, just download it. It's free. The only requirement you need is a webcam. If you do not own a webcam, go purchase one because you will not be sorry for this program. It is totally worth it, it's free, and it's amazing. So, when I open this up, I'm just teaching you the basic stuff though, because I only know the basics. I mean, it gets me through as long as I know what I'm doing. I mean, like, as long as I get the video rendered, I could care less about the other project settings, so, you know what, whatever, huh? Alright, so you want to hit New Project, you want to title it whatever, so I'll just say, meh. And I have to type with one hand, sorry, because I'm like holding the mic in my other hand. Use your capturing device, leave your, everything else, just leave it alone, except for frames per second. You could choose between 1 and 30, 30 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. And, I'm choosing 17 because that's what I'm filming my Legos at, because 15 is way too slow. Most people use 15. And then the second most used frame rate also is 30, but 30 is way too fast and 15 is way too slow, so I gotta have something sort of in between, sort of. So I'm gonna hit OK, being happy with the settings I have, and thus brings me to the screen. Now, what I'm going to do before I do whatever else is I'm going to teach you guys about the grabber info. Grabber info, okay? That tells you how many pictures you've taken within your frames and how fast it'll be. See, there's 4 sets of zeros: hours, minutes, seconds, frames. So I'm at 17 frames per second, for example, and I take 18 frames. So that will be 1 second and 1 frame. So, and then the other one, this is just your playback option. It doesn't really matter. I mean, you can just move it up or down. I'm gonna move it up to 17. Last grab, I don't care about that. Free space, it just tells you how much space is left in your computer, how much it holds up, and how much it has left. So, say 12 gigabytes out of 32 gigabytes left, you know? And RAM, it tells you how much RAM you have left, and exactly, how much is spared for this to work this program. And now note, you don't actually need 380 megabytes of RAM to run the program. You can go on less than 100, but it's preferable you have as much RAM as possible. So this is how much RAM I have, 767 megabytes, and that sounds really poor, and it is very poor, but you know what, whatever. So, that's basically all you need to know about the grabber info. Don't exit out of any of these, because you're going to really need it, and you're going to be really sorry if you exit out of any of this. Okay, so before you end up going into taking pictures, you want to go to Sequences. You want to go to New Sequence, and you want to type in whatever, so I'll just say LOL. And then choose your file format. There's bitmap, Targa, JPEG, TIFF, you know, choose whatever. And you can just leave that chat, that's what I do. And I'm going to hit OK. And so that's what brings it up. So, just so you guys know, the difference between these two screens is that this screen produces the onion skinning. I'm sorry, my webcam, I don't know why, does not want to activate right now. Otherwise, I'd be more than happy to show you what onion skinning does. But, it just shows you how far you've moved your subject before the previous frame. So if I were to move an arm, it would show like a ghost-like appearance for the arm that I previously moved. So it's showing me how far I've moved it, and it comes in handy because what if you move something too far or you bump it and you make it fall down? Basically, onion skinning is something you really need to have. Unless it really drives you insane, keep using it at 50%. Now, preview. Preview's just the same thing, only it's like exactly out of your webcam's eyes, only there is no onion skinning, no nothing, no effects or anything. It's just that. So after you get done with your little sequence, you can always go to the very first frame. Hold on, hit grab, by the way. It just takes the pictures for you. I'm going to take 4 more. Alright, so that's 6. It makes a nice little funny noise, so if you're up late at night, you might want to put it on mute to make sure you don't wake anyone up. Now, go to the first frame. See, this is my little timeline. I'm going to hit back, and it'll start from the very beginning. And then I can hit play, and it'll just play all my frames. Playback, it's just repeating the last few frames. I think it's like the last 5 frames it does, so you don't want to keep on that. So this one, it just does it from from frame 4 to frame 5, or frame 5 to frame 4. So this is just previous to next frame. Pause. Oh, god, that's easy. I mean, you just pause the video before it stops if you're in there at time. Play the video. That's what I just barely used. And the playback, and then the very end. So, as for sequence, say if you had a really good shot and turns out your hand was showing in it and you don't want your hand in there, instead of going on all that horrible work in Photoshop, you can just simply replace the frame. All you have to do is say you screwed up and your hand movement is in frame 4. All you have to do is go to edit and replace frame, and whatever is the current view in your webcam, it will replace the frame with that image. So that's what that's for. Now, you can always delete a few frames if you have too many extra, or you can just insert. I bet it's the same frame. I haven't messed with that yet. So that's it. I mean, you can like mess with this all you want, but that's how I keep it at. I don't know. You might want to know how to render though, or make the video. So, because you can't exit out and then expect it to be done. So, and be expected to be editing in Movie Maker in no time. So, go to sequences and make AVI. Make sure you are double clicked on your sequence, otherwise this will not work. First off, it won't let you do anything until you select a file. I want it saved into my documents. So, I'm going to hit all sequences, or if you want a certain amount of frames, say frame 1 to frame 5, do it. I'm going to hit all sequences. And then just leave everything else the same, unless you want like YouTube HD, like widescreen. I don't know the aspect ratio for widescreen though, so don't ask me. And then the FPS rate, probably leave that the same. And then hit Save AVI, and it will do a nice little preview through this screen right here. You can just close out when you're done saving it, and voila, it'll be finished. Of course, when you're finished, you're gonna have to go to my computer and be sure the project is deleted. The C drive or wherever you saved it at. ADV projects, which is oh my god, I can't think. AnimatorDV, and then you want to probably delete the files that you were using, because it still keeps the pictures in here. And if you want to save space in your computer, do it. So I'm still using this file, so I won't delete that. So, and then you can go into my documents. And, oh wait, I haven't saved it, but it should be right where you saved it. So it's more reliable than Anasazi, and it's much better. Personally, I think you should get it. I recommend it, actually. So you guys, I just wanted to recommend that, and that was my nice little thing on my AnimatorDV. Don't expect to shoot any laser eyes at people. All it is a stop motion program. So, and it's very nice. It's free and it's awesome, and I will leave a download link in the description. Thank you for viewing this tutorial. This is StopMotion2620 signing out. Goodbye. More tutorials to come, hopefully, and hopefully I'm not the only one doing them.